Welcome back. Sad news this morning. We just found out our dear friend in the music industry, Michael Gudinksi, has suddenly passed away overnight. This is truly shocking details there. Michael Gudinski, many of you at home would know and love, including the fact that I personally believe he built this music industry almost single-handedly by himself and from the late 60s, early 70s.
Known as the father of the Australian industry.
Richard Wilkins is walking in. We're going to break this down a bit more now. Dickie, I don't know if I have... I don't know if I have words for this.
No, I think you speak for everyone in the... Well, everyone in the global music industry. You know, Michael Gudinski is one of those people who knows and is known around the world as the man who is... I don't know, it's impossible to overstate Michael Gudinski's contribution to Australian music. There he is with your dad. I mean, he's worked with everyone in the 70s, Skyhooks, Split Enz, you know, the Saints. Everybody. Yeah. I mean, there's just a snapshot. We could sit here all day.
Look at Karl. He built Karl's career.
Well, he did those super cred acts in the early days. Not that Kylie's not a super cred act, but, you know, Kylie came out of a soapy. And he sent her to Stock Aitken and Waterman. You know, he toured some of the biggest acts in the world, from Ed Sheeran to Bon Jovi to everybody else. You know, his fingers, his tentacles touched every part of the music industry. You know, he's one of the promoters of Midnight Oil's current tour. You worked with him just recently on the 2021 Sounds Better Together.
I worked with him last year on Music Sounds Better as well. You know, I'm sitting here because we're both quite emotional, because this is huge news. Sorry, believe it.
No.
But I could see Dickie gathering himself, and so was I, because we've only just learned about this in the last half hour or so. I want to just quickly say to Sue and the family, who he loved so much and he worshipped. This is devastating news. I spoke to my dad just quickly earlier. He's, you know, crushed. A 50-year partnership and friendship has suddenly been taken as well. But I don't think it's we can't underestimate. I don't think we would have an Australian music scene as strong as it is in this country without someone like Michael Gudinski at the back of it.
He was so passionate about the Aussie acts and took them to the world.
Absolutely.
But also, you know, his Frontier touring company that he set up with Frank Stavata and Sam Riggy and his friend and foe at times, Michael Chugg. Boy, there'll be a lot of people shedding tears right now. You just think of everybody. I know there are meetings going on at the moment where they're, you know, foundations are meeting. The Sony Foundation's meeting this morning, and this is all they're talking about. He leaves such a legacy. He passed away in his hometown of Melbourne.
He loved Melbourne too.
You know that song, Built the City on Rock and Roll?
Yeah.
That's a song that, you know, he loved Melbourne, Melbourne loved him. And, you know, he did so much over recent times during COVID to put those shows on.
And to keep the industry, the entertainment industry afloat in the middle of everything that was going on when, you know, the government was promising things and couldn't pull through or weren't pulling through at the right time because they had their hands in so many pockets. Michael Gudinski stepped up time and time again. He backed Aussie music. He backed Aussie artists all the way down to the people rigging lights and people in catering, all the way up to the Kylies and my dads of this world. There was nobody like him. He had chutzpah, and he had it for the entire country. And he will be very, very lost. And I'm not sure yet how we fill the gap that this giant.
No, you never fill that gap. He was one off. The festivals, you know, he put on dances when he was a kid, you know, for local bands, to get people going out and putting on shows. And then some of the big festivals he put on. And now he's touring Taylor Swift and the biggest names on the planet. He's just done it all.
We're thinking of you, big fella,
sad.
and we're thinking of the family. It's just it's a huge loss to everybody here. You can see how shaken we are. Kate. Matt and Kate. Our love goes to you. It's Kate's birthday today. It's terrible. He was a very proud grandfather too. So. Sure was.